You will never get far with weight loss if you're constantly hungry. So here are 7 strategies you can use to manage your hunger and your cravings while losing weight. These helped me survive losing 50 pounds this year, which is the second time in my life that I've lost 50 pounds. And I did things a lot smarter this way around, so hopefully you can learn from some of my mistakes as well. By the way, hey, I'm Mateo Mara. I'm here to make your workouts and nutrition simple so you can lose fat while building visible muscle. If you like these videos, subscribe to the channel, see more just like it. The first one is one that a lot of guys get wrong, and they just tried losing weight too quickly. There's no amount of tips, tactics, or strategies that you can employ. If you're losing 3 pounds a week, your body's gonna be looking for energy from somewhere. Hunger is just inevitable if you aim for a really aggressive fat loss rate. And a lot of people will tell you 1 to 2 pounds a week is a good place to be. But I think that misses the mark, because for someone who's 150 pounds, losing 2 pounds a week is fucking unreal. That's a huge amount of weight to lose. But for someone who's 350 pounds, losing 1 pound a week is like almost nothing. So I recommend you use a percentage-based loss rate, meaning you're gonna shoot to lose 0.5% to 1% of your body weight each week. Much slower than that, and you're just fucking around. Much faster than that, and you're gonna run into those hunger problems. Secondly, don't eat if you're not hungry. Sounds crazy, right? Come with me. This is my office. I work here every morning. And from the hours of basically 6 a.m. until like 11:30 or so, I don't really think about much other than just working. And if you have a time of day where you're particularly focused on hanging out with your kids or spending time with your family or you're working, it makes it a lot easier to not think about food during that time. So you can push your food back into the later portions of the day when you find that you are really afflicted by hunger and cravings. For most guys, it's sitting on the couch in the evening. That's when the bag of Doritos comes out. That's when the beer and the wine comes out. When you're sitting in front of the television, you're bored, you start rummaging around through the cabinet looking for snacks in the pantry. If you create a little bit of a buffer earlier on in the day by not eating as much food, you have the flexibility to indulge later on without going over your calories. So just don't eat as much when you're not hungry. Low calorie density foods. If your diet consists of Twinkies dipped in melted butter and pancake syrup, you don't have a hunger and cravings problem. You have a food selection problem. Instead of buying lean ground beef, you can buy extra lean ground beef or just drain the fat. Instead of eating white rice, you can eat potatoes. You want to select foods that are more filling for every gram that you eat. So base your diet around lots of good, healthy stuff that fills you up. Fruits, veggies, whole grains, lean meats, and low-fat dairy. 500 calories of Twinkies I can eat in 2 seconds. 500 calories of steak, broccoli, and potatoes is a fucking event where I gotta put the soundtrack on, I gotta unbuckle my belt and just focus on getting that food in me. By the way, frozen veggies, total life hack, super convenient. They're pre-cut, they're washed, they're ready to go. The next thing you can do is just not keep tempting foods around. The way I see it, hunger is the flower, and delicious, convenient, and available foods pollinate that flower, and cravings are the fruit. So don't play this game on hard mode by putting a bunch of your favorite treats in the pantry when you're deep into a fat loss diet. Make it easy to make the right choices. And if you do want to include fun foods, you can do so in moderation. Click the link in the description to grab the 250 method, which is my free guide to losing fat without giving up the foods you love. I'll show you how to stay on track even when drinking alcohol, going out to restaurant meals, and eating with your family. Totally for free. Go download it. Let's talk about liquid calories. When I'm eating to gain weight and build as much muscle as possible, and I get tired of eating because I'm full, I start drinking calories to make it easier for me to get them in. That should pretty much tell you everything you need to know. But just in case, I'll say it plainly for you. Liquid calories do not keep you full, and they make it very easy to overeat your calories for the day, whether it's alcohol or milk or whatever else. You see that? That's called a B.A.G.O.W. B.A.G.O.W. Big ass glass of water. I want you to pound one of these bad boys 5 or 10 minutes before you eat. It'll stretch out your stomach lining and make you feel more full. I heard once that this is why they serve you water in restaurants before your meal. Sounds like some conspiracy bullshit to me. And ultimately, the last thing you can do is just accept that hunger is inevitable. I mean, seriously, think about it. You're meaningfully altering your body weight and body composition. Your body's gonna wanna push back on that. A little bit of low-level hunger is kind of the price of admission for a lot of guys. Some people might be more predisposed to hunger than others, but it's not the end of the world if you get a little bit hungry. You've been on this planet for what, 20, 30 plus years, 40, 50 years? Working a job, taking care of people, taking care of yourself. You do all kinds of hard shit. If you're gonna throw in the towel because your tummy starts grumbling a little bit at 6:30 p.m., maybe you just don't deserve to lose the weight. Expect it and accept it. A little bit of hunger is not the end of the world. By the way, if you want to see how I managed to get pretty damn lean this year while minimizing hunger and cravings, check out this video, The Smartest Way to Get Lean. It shows you my Phasic approach to dieting for fat loss. It'll show you how to know if it's time to put your foot on the gas and lose more fat, or put your foot on the brake and take things a little bit slower.